Hello friends, I am Catherine and today I want to show you how I am designing a cardstock. So I've got this medium weight cardstock, a cardstock phone charging station, you know, the kind that you can hang directly on the plug so that even if you don't have a table next to your outlet, your phone still isn't lying on the floor or hanging from the cord, because neither of those are ideal situations. And I've got this lovely paper to work it from. I really love this paper. I think it's gorgeous. It came from a paper pack that I bought at Michael's. It is called Santa Fe Garden and it is by Craftsmith. I got this paper pack on sale. Not gonna lie, it was like $3.50. It was awesome. Anyway, I love this paper. It's gorgeous. And we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna draw on the back because that's what we're doing. First thing that I want to do is approach this in an organized manner. I want to find the center of the paper first and just pop a little mark there. That way I know where my center's at. And we'll just go ahead and do the same thing for the bottom. Find the center of the paper and pop a little mark there. And then draw a line down the middle. That way we have a center to work from, because in this case, I think it's going to be easier that way. And this will be the inside of the phone hanger, so it won't matter anyway. Then, what I need to do is make the hanger big enough to hold my terrible broken phone. So I've got my terrible broken phone, and I'm going to measure it for width, and it is about 3 inches, so I think I'm going to make the thing 4 inches wide, which means I want to take and put a mark 2 inches away from the center on either side. Just line that up, and put a mark there, and a mark there, and then at the bottom, do the same thing. Put a mark 2 inches away from the center on either side at 4 and 0. And then go ahead and trace those lines as well, straight up and down, because those are going to be the width of our hanger. Hanger station? Whatever. However you want to call it. Trace those lines straight up and down too. And I'm showing you and telling you the measurements that I'm using, but also showing you how to measure it for your own phone. Because my phone is terrible and broken, and you probably don't have the same phone that I do. Probably not, just realistically looking at it. Probably don't. What we're going to want to do for this, because we're making it out of cardstock, is really reinforce the bottom. So now the next thing that we want to do is determine how tall we want the back. I'm thinking 2 inches will probably do it. So I'm going to take and put a mark at the 1 inch mark. That way I've got a center on that, and then a mark at the 2 inch mark on each of these 3 lines that we've done. And then just bring a line across the top, because that's going to be the top. There. So from there to there. Excellent. Okay, coming together, sort of. You probably can't see where I'm going with this so far, but I can. In my mind, I can see it, and that's the important thing. Now, we need to determine how deep we want it. I want the phone to stick out just a little bit, but not a whole lot. So let's measure the phone from top to bottom. And my terrible broken phone is 5.5 inches tall. So let's make it... Now, you know what? We'll go for a full 5.5 inches. That'll be all right. We can always just make it deeper so that we can fit our hands inside of it. Or 5 inches? That would bump it up a 1/2 inch. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. We'll make it a full 5.5 inches deep. We can always... Ooh, we'll put a divot in the front. That'll be perfect. That'll solve everything. Excellent. Okay. 5.5 inches deep. So 5.5 to that side, 5.5 to the middle, 5.5 to that line, and draw across. Okay, now comes the part where we have to decide how deep we want it to be. I've got a pop socket on my terrible broken phone, so I want it to be at least that deep, which is about 1 inch, but I'm going to want it more than that, probably. So let's go like 1.5 inches. Yeah, we'll go like 1.5 inches. So, going 1.5 inches, we're going to do 1.5 inches from this line outward, from this line outward, and from this line down. That's going to be important. It is important that these 3 sections all match each other in width, or your box won't line up right. So let's do 1.5 inches over here. 1.5 inches over here. And 1.5 inches down here. All right, now we've got a decision to make. Do we want to bring the sides around to form the front, or do we want to bring this section up to form the front? It is 3¼ inches. I don't know how it ended up being 3¼ inches. I probably didn't measure something right. That's okay. It's 3¼ inches, which will make an excellent, like, dip height. But I want that to be curved, I think. You know what? We're going to do all 3. We're going to bring the sides around and bring the bottom up. Awesome. See what happens when you make decisions? Then things happen. Okay. There we go. And 1.5 inches there to there. Okay. Now, what I've basically done is divide this whole thing up into a great big mess. So this will be our back. These will be our 2 sides. This will be our bottom. This will be our front, and our front. Which means we can get rid of these sections entirely. We'll probably actually fold them down. And we can get rid of these sections entirely as well, but we will fold them up. Because the idea I'm facing is I want to reinforce everything as much as possible. So let's grab a scissors, and on either side of the center section, cut upward to the bottom line from the bottom. So because this is going to be the base section, we're going to cut to that line. Okay, on that side and on that side. And then cut down from the top to where the top ends. There to there. And there to there. Okay. And the first thing that I want to do is just fold those out of the way. So I should probably get my scoring board and put a score along that mark, but that's okay. It'll work out. It'll be fine. I have confidence, which which is probably not something that I should have, given I haven't made one of these before, but I have it anyway, so we'll see how it turns out. Worst thing that could happen is I mess it up. And I have to use a different piece of paper, and that would be fine. Then, let's fold these bottom sections upward as well. There to there. There to there. And then let's do this one upward as well, because it's going to be a front, hopefully. The front, hopefully. Okay, everything folded upward. Now fold these ones back down and fold upward along this line, I think. And I will actually grab my scoring board and score that. I don't think I can fold a straight line if I'm not using a scoreboard for it. There we go. That was easy. Alright, pull that back out of the way. And bring that line upward. There we go. Okay, so now that stands up. We have something more like a box. Let's see how these edges are going to come in though. Something's going to have to be cut over here, and I'm thinking it's going to be this one. Yeah, so we're going to have to cut one more section up from the bottom, because we're going to want to bring our sides in. So let's trim that. And now, fold that up to there and fold it over along that edge. And bring that back outward. And bring that up to there. And fold that one over along that edge. Okay. Closer to a box. If I stand everything up, I can... That's going to come in that way, which means these sections definitely can get just fully removed. Okay, awesome. They are only in the way. I had to know that. That was something I had to learn. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to have to do some more cutting here, but I think first we're going to need to cut from there to there. So let's do that. And then those will come in like that. Perfect. And now we need to fold there, which I do think I also want to crease. So we're going to be folding this line next. Let me see if I can find a spot. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then that one will come up that way, hopefully, in that sort of direction. Perfect. Same thing for the other side. Find a spot and crease along it. Awesome. Okay, and then that will fold up that way. This is getting a little complicated, but you can always pause it and go back if you missed something. So let's bring those up on top, those below there. There we go, and then that is our shape of our box. Awesome. Now for the front, we want this to be inside, I think. So let's open those back up, pop those in, then like that, and like that. Excellent. We are most of the way done. We're going to need a little bit more cutting on this part to give it a circle shape, and we are going to need a little bit of cutting on the back to give it a hole to hang on. But we are getting close. Okay, so let's grab something to make a circle with. How about a mug? That's a little heavy, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to need something inside of there to support that. I don't have anything exactly that height, do I? How frustrating. Maybe a water bottle? That's close enough. Sort of. Just tracing the mug so that we end up with a half circle, sort of. Something similar to a half circle. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be good enough. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to cut out that half circle. Set that aside. Set that aside. Cut out the half circle. There we go. Perfect. And then the other side. Which I'm just going to trace from the first one that I cut, so that I make sure that I get a good line on it. Actually, that's really pretty. I'll save that for later. Cut out this half circle. And there we go. That's kind of pretty too. Set that aside. Perfect. That needs to be straightened up a bit. On the inside layer, it ended up going a little wobbly, but that's okay. Just trim it off, and then the problem will be solved. Alright, now, glue or tape or what have you. We will start from the inside and work our way out. So, glue on those spots. Then lift this up. Then glue on the inside of these flaps. Then glue on just the whole front of this. Double-sided tape would probably be easier for this. I don't know where mine's at the moment, so we're using glue. It'll be fine. Then we'll just layer that over, fold both of those down, press it upward from the inside and downward from the outside. And remember that we didn't glue down this flap, so we're going to want to stick a little bit of glue right in between there, just to make sure everything sets down nicely, but firmly. And now for the final step, cutting a circle hole right here, an oval hole. There we go, like an oval. So we'll just pull out our cutting mat and grab an X-Acto knife for this, because scissors aren't really the most ideal thing. And then just eyeball it. We're just gonna wing this one. Just something sort of like an oval. Right along here. That our charger can stick through and hang from. Hopefully, sort of like that. There we go. If you wanted to do a perfect circle, you could probably use like a shot glass or something for that, and that would be perfect. I even have a shot glass here right in front of me, and I didn't use it. So, you know, think of things before you do them, or don't, whatever. And there we have one cell phone station hanger for all of your cell phone charging needs. You can drop your cell phone into it, plug your cell phone in, and hang it from the wall so that your cell phone can charge in style. What do you think? If you liked this video, let me know. I am always interested in hearing from you. And I put up new videos every day, so there's always something new to see. So it's worthwhile to subscribe. That way you always know what's coming next. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!